right, welcome back to Perdido Key Gaming. Today we're going way back. Way back. It's one of the first games I remember playing back in the 80s with a friend of mine, a couple of friends of mine. We used to get together and play Illuminati when we weren't playing Dungeons and Dragons or, stuff like that. But it popped up somewhere and I said, well, it's got to be still out there. They're still publishing it. But Steve Jackson Games, designed by Steve Jackson. Yes, rated in the 80s because of this, some of the cards in here. But I think that's what the whole deal was. I'll have to Google that for me. But thoroughly entertaining, of course, and pretty omniscient, if you ask me, some of these Illuminati, especially these days where, just crazy stuff going on, right? Anyway, so, depending on who tweets or who posts Facebook or, whatever post on social media, that's who you gotta believe. Anyway, I don't remember how to play this. You got your box, you got your rule book, Illuminati, the game of conspiracy. Got some tokens, pair of die, and desiccant, do not eat. It says so in English and Japanese, Chinese, Korean. No, it's not Korean. Anyway, 3 different versions of Japanese, kanji, and hiragana, katakana. Then you got your cards here, your Illuminati cards. Let's take a look at the cards real quick. Then we'll take a look at the rules. Let me put these are kind of flimsy, these tokens here. As flimsy as the old Car Wars tokens, also from good old Steve Jackson Games. I'm going to have to get the El Knifo out for this one. Yeah, so I remember playing it being extremely fun. Playing it with friends who were, basically, out to get you. Let's see. Yeah, the cards are kind of smaller than playing cards, I would say. A little pretty good. Same card quality as, say, Magic the Gathering cards. They're not, turning into pretzels, Pringles. Let's see. You got all sorts of crazy cards like Hollywood and Intellectuals and somebody reading Atlas Shrugged, International Cocaine Smugglers, Communist Conspiracy, the IRS, of course, Junk Mail, KGB, of course, the KKK, wonder how they're getting away with that, putting that in there, Libertarians, Loan Sharks, local police departments, Madison Avenue, the Mafia. Anyway, so you get it. Well, let's see here. The dice, pretty standard, except, they got an Illuminati symbol on one side of it. Components, 8 Illuminati cards, 83 cards representing other groups, 15 special cards, 4 blank cards. Oh, I remember that. You could make your own. Yeah, you could make your own card. That was pretty funny. 160 money tokens representing megabucks. 2 dice and this rule book. Number of players, it's best for 4 to 6 players. You can play with 3 or 2, but limits the possibilities for diplomacy and negotiation. 7 or 8, some rule changes will be needed to keep the game moving quickly. Not sure if there was I guess I should... Oops. Zombie dice. Eat more brains. Huh, I have to check that out. Yeah, no, nothing about Munchkin, which is their flagship game. And dice sets you can get from them. Anyway, I don't see anything saying, you know, obviously 2 to 8 players, but fairly, you know, standard rule book. I do appreciate the bigger text. You know, old guys like me. Basic rules: it's take control of the, you know, the object of the game is take control of the world. You start with a single Illuminati card representing your own secret conspiracy. Take over other groups, which are represented by other cards. These groups are added to your power structure and do your bidding unless a foe takes them from you. And if you can win by either controlling enough groups or fulfilling the special goal of your Illuminati. So, you know, 8 Illuminati cards are taken out of the deck. Then you go ahead, draw an Illuminati card, shuffle the remaining card, including the specials, place them face down in the center of the table, turn 4 cards face up and place them in the center of the table. These 4 groups are the original uncontrolled groups. Each player rolls 2 dice. Whoever rolls the highest is first, and then you follow a sequence of play. You collect income, draw a card, take 2 actions, take any free actions, transfer money, take special power actions, add targets, and, you know, players take turns. So they give an example of, you know, a typical power structure. The Bavarian Illuminati controlling the Democrats and South American Nazis. Needless to say, you know, just the whole putting it together thing is humorous, at least to me anyway. There's 10 possible political alignments. It's easier for a group to control or neutralize groups with similar alignments and destroy those of opposing alignments. So some cards have one alignment, some have other alignments. It gives you an example of the what a, you know, a card, the mafia in this case. You know what's going on with the card. Gives you any number. It gives you, you know, you get special abilities. All Illuminati. Some groups have special abilities. You get actions, attack, money transfer, or moving a group. The most important actions are attacks, according to them. You can attack to control. You know, example, the KKK, assisted by the CIA, will attempt to control the yuppies. Like I said, it just some of the stuff putting it together sounds pretty funny. You get resistance bonuses. I'm assuming, you know, I wonder, that guy looks familiar. Any number of actions here. You got advanced rules, which is half the rule book, apparently. The game usually lasts from 1.5. There's a printing error here. That's interesting. 1.5 to 3 hours. For a longer game, increase the number of groups required for the basic goal. The basic goal is the same, to control a certain number of groups. This group depends on the number of players at the beginning of the game. Special goal is another way for the player to win. And all those are listed here. If you're playing with 8 players, then you need to control 8 groups. Oh, excuse me. Hidden goals, cheating. In this variant, you know, cheating is permitted. Strategy. Yeah, it looks like gives an example of power structures and things like that. The advanced rules were only one page, not the rest of the rule book. Gives an example of gives some information about the Illuminatis themselves. The gnomes of Zurich, the servants that salute the Discordians, the network, Society of Assassins, and the UFOs. And then give a bibliography, which is always kind of fun. The back page kind of just lays out everything, about the alignments, the sequence of play, what the actions do, what, the attacks, attack to control, attack to neutralize, attack to destroy, power minus power, basic goals, special goals. So you might, I'm assuming that the special goal of each Illuminati, so you can work against, like the gnomes of Zurich, they want 150 megabucks, so you're probably too busy trying to destroy their chance of getting whatever megabucks they want. So that's about it, all I've got. Just a quick look at Illuminati, a favorite of mine from way back in the day. Definitely want to check it out. Go online, check it out, see what it's about. It's a lot longer than for a box or number of cards of this size. It's, 3 hours is pretty long game. Obviously not as, short as some of those other games we've looked at, the Fox and the Forest, Silver and Gold, possibly even some of those Fantasy Flight games. But anyway, looks like, perfect for game night or something like that, Friday, Saturday night, game night, and getting together with your friends. Probably can play it online somehow. I'm going to have to check that out. That'd be kind of fun. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more Perdido Key Gaming.